Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Twilight New Moon. So I'm guessing this is where the Jedwood, this is where the Jedwood, the Jacob and Edward love triangle comes from. The Jedwood love triangle. I'm gonna call it that from now on. I'm guessing this is where it's starting because we didn't really get much of that in the last film. And then for this film, I am hoping we get to explore the world building and some of the side characters a bit more, because the first film, it was actually quite small scale, so exploring the world will be really interesting and seeing even more of these side characters interact. I'm guessing we'll get some new characters here as well. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find 1 week early access, so you can get eclipse right now. You can also find polls, so you can vote for what's next, and you can find a full-length timer-based version of this where you just sync up your own footage and you can watch along with me. I'm watching the Netflix version. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, like fire and powder.
Okay, is that going to be a bit of a trope? Bella bookending the movie with a quote? Oh, are we in a different country here as well? That's interesting. Or was that a vision? Okay, something weird going on with visions and stuff.
Fran, I'd like you to meet.
Oh, it's like mirroring herself. Is she seeing this vision because she's not a vampire? She's worried about aging? Is that kind of what it is? Oh, and he's not in the mirror. But in the first film, they did have reflections, didn't they? Yeah, so she's worried about growing old and dying when he's still young.
Another missing hiker brings the total to 3 presumed dead.
Oh, okay, so yeah, there's something going on. Killer animal again. Is this more vampires, or... So no, the werewolves, they're gonna play a part in this eventually, right? But it seems like Jacob and his people, they were all like pacifistic as well. It seems like the colour grading isn't as blue and green here as it was in the first. The skin tones look a bit more natural.
Oh, your birth is definitely something to celebrate.
Yeah, my aging is not.
Yeah, so she's worried about this on her birthday, that makes sense. So she's 18.
I'm 109.
Wow.
109.
Hello, biceps. You know, anabolic steroids are really bad for you.
I saw this the other day and thought of you. Catches bad dreams.
Did he somehow know that she's having bad dreams?
I thought I said no presents.
I've already seen you open it, and guess what? You love it.
Oh yeah, because of the vision. She already knows that she likes it. Good power for gift giving. What was with Jasper's look there? He's still the newest one, isn't he?
The mood control thing.
Oh, he can control people's moods. Okay, so we're seeing a few more powers. Do their powers only work on humans, or can their powers work on other vampires as well? That's something I'm interested to know.
Oh, I do envy him one thing. Suicide.
The suicide? Because he can't die? Yeah, like being immortal but knowing you have a way out is better than being permanently immortal, knowing you have to live through like the depth of the universe.
What was the plan?
Go to Italy and provoke the Volturi.
Oh, is that part of the vision we saw when she was in Italy? What are the Volturi then, like vampire hunters or something? Those guys in the red hoods? Or are they like a clan of vampires?
Know you the doors of breath. Seal with a righteous kiss. A dateless bargain to engrossing death.
So he's kind of longing for death a bit?
Volturi are a very old, very powerful family.
So they are vampires?
You lived with them for a few decades. Described him as very refined. No respect for human life, of course.
Okay, so did he like leave them to go and be pacifistic? That's the guy from Stranger Things. I've just watched season 4 as I'm recording this. And it's Michael Sheen. So they're kind of royalty. So they're like a royal family, and if you want to die, you can go to them. I'm noticing some have red eyes and some have yellow eyes. Is there like some significance there in what the eye color is?
Victoria. She'll come for me one day.
Yeah, Victoria's still a loose thread. It seems only the Cullens so far have the yellow. Maybe is that something to do with their diet because they're not having human blood?
Dating an older woman. Huh? What?
It's a necklace. Alice picked it up. Thanks.
Yeah, she's always just like so detached when it comes to Bella, isn't she? She still holds resentment against her for some reason. Oh. Jasper's struggling. That's just gonna cause even more cuts on her though.
Jazz, shh, shh. It's okay. It's just a little blood.
Oh yeah, loads of blood now.
I'll have to stitch this up in my office.
Is Edward struggling as well, or is he just worried about her? Yeah, Jasper's gonna be mad at himself for losing control.
Brings me happiness. Even if I am damned regardless.
Damned.
Does hell exist here?
So that's it. That's why he won't change me?
So you damn someone to hell when you make them into a vampire?
Could you take away his soul?
Is that something they know for certain, that like hell exists and you are guaranteed to go there if you're a vampire, or is that just like part of the religion, something they believe in?
It's gonna be an accident, or illness, or old age. And the only solution is to change me.
Yeah, that gives more of a reason for him not to want to change her though. And that makes it a bigger deal when they go to that family to go and like commit suicide essentially. Because that means they know they're about to go to hell. Look painful for him. She's just eating garlic. He's not showing up. Is he trying to like separate himself from her to stop the pain? And look, now there's a line between them again, like I said with the first film.
Come take a walk with me.
Yeah, got some bad news. A great song choice, Bon Iver.
We have to leave Forks. Carlisle's supposed to be 10 years old when he looks. People are starting to notice.
Oh, okay, people are noticing that they haven't aged.
I've got to think of something to say to Charlie.
And he doesn't want her to come with. Noticing that she keeps calling her dad Charlie and not Dad. But that could just be because she's talking to Edward. I don't know. I don't know if there's something there.
You just don't belong in my world, Bella.
But he can make her a part of his world, turn her into a vampire.
I'm coming.
I don't want you to come.
He wants a boyfriend like that anyway.
You're just not good for me.
Not good for me.
Not good enough for you.
No, it's not like she's not good enough. She's not good. He is kind of addicted to her in a way. Is she going to do something like find another vampire to convert her instead of Edward? We're seeing a breakup here, so he's very obviously opening the door for Jacob. I love the mustard yellow coat. So I wonder like how often the Cullens move on. Is it like every 10 years or something? It feels like it must be shorter because they go to the schools, you know. You age a lot quicker in schools. I don't think you could be at a school for more than 3 years without someone noticing. Oh, seeing a wolf. And is that an actual wolf? Do they turn into wolves, or are they like werewolves, like standing on their hind legs, or do they turn into like just wolves?
I'm gonna try the Collins place again.
Oh, there's like a whole manhunt for her.
Thanks, Harry.
Charlie.
And it wasn't Jacob. I saw, you know, she called him biceps earlier. I saw the big muscly. I thought it was gonna be Jacob. She wasn't gone that long, really, was she? I'm surprised they put together like this whole group of people. October. I didn't catch when it was before, how long it's been. I'm assuming a few months then. Yeah, just post-breakup depression. Okay, that's cool. Spinning around, going through the months. They're gonna go December and we'll see snow.
Alice. You've disappeared.
Yeah, so she can kind of talk to Alice through know the future, I guess, through her visions.
And he left.
Yeah, I love this spinning shot. That's really cool. Showing through the months.
The absence of him is everywhere I look.
Oh no, she's just emailing her. Yeah, this is a cool little montage. The fades there, match cutting, like where she's sitting. And she's not the same at school, she's sitting on her own, sitting in Edward's chair as well. Really going through it with, are they just nightmares or is it her just like having a breakdown?
You're going to Jacksonville. Live with your mother.
Yeah, she's no good here. Get a change of scenery, that could be helpful.
Gonna go shopping tomorrow with Jessica.
You hate shopping.
Yeah, yeah, a change of scenery might be helpful, but like just hanging out with your friends, you know, trying to forget about him, that will help as well.
No wonder there's that many zombie movies anyway. It's supposed to like draw a parallel.
Yeah, like are zombies a thing in here as well in this universe?
But after a while, it's like you're still buying, and I'm going through stuff too. You know, like Mike said, he just wants to like.
Edward's not here to protect her if something goes wrong like before, yeah.
It's dangerous.
See, it's hard to know if that's actually like some power that he has or if that's just her seeing him, having a vision.
I'm just gonna see something.
Oh, she's actually approaching them.
Turn around.
Yeah, so this might actually be a power of his. He's still looking after her.
So,
What do you say?
you promised me nothing reckless.
And she's still kind of going through with it just to push and see if this is real.
You know what? Never mind.
What is Jessica gonna think of this? She's just been ditched for this random guy on a motorbike. Is she doing this to test Edward and maybe potentially see if Edward will return? Because it seems like he's still looking after her.
If a rush of danger is what it takes to see him,
So she's gonna keep doing it.
Wow.
So motorbikes, yeah, so she's just getting more and more reckless.
I mean, it's completely stupid and reckless. When do we start?
Thing is she going to be doing all of this to get Edward to return and like see these visions of him? She's doing all of this for Edward but doesn't realize in the same time she's like falling for Jacob.
That song's good. You don't like it?
Noticing they're using a lot more songs in this than they did in the previous one, like licensed songs. But I don't think any of them have really like aged the film yet.
older than you, so that makes me the influencer and you the influencee.
No. My size and knowledge base actually makes me older than you.
Do the werewolves age the same as humans as well though? He's not like 100 and something like Edward was too.
You want funny, Black? I'll give you funny.
Yeah, she finally has like a bit of a distraction from the depression. She sees like she's actually enjoying her time here.
I mean, how old was that Cullen guy anyway?
I mean, he was younger from the outside perspective. But does Jacob actually know about the vampires? I feel like he does.
You're okay.
But that's triggered her again. She's going on a spiral again, maybe.
If you told me you couldn't fix these bikes, I would say that that's really too bad, but that we're just gonna have to find something else to do.
Yeah, it wasn't about the bikes, it was the connection.
Him and his cult.
Oh, that's the guy who saved her.
Did you see that?
No, they're just like swimming, aren't they?
Not really fighting, Bella. They're cliff diving. He missed some school. Now all of a sudden he started following Sam around like a little puppy.
Is Sam trying to be like the alpha dog, you know?
Stop. Whoa.
But like, Edward can't just show up every time she tries to do something with a bit of an adrenaline rush. You know, she has to live her life. Kind of like hypocritical because he left her so she would eventually age and she could live as like a normal person. That was quite a bad hit, actually, hitting that rock. Maybe it would have been better for her to be a vampire in this stage, because then there's not a chance of her being hurt.
No, forget it.
Oh yeah, she probably bashed her head.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Well, you're apologizing for bleeding.
Yeah, she's just been kind of conditioned for that. Doesn't need to worry about it triggering anyone around her.
You're sort of beautiful.
How hard did you hit your head?
A bear, maybe?
Or an alien. You're lucky you didn't get probed.
Oh, yeah.
And she's actually going back to sit with her friends, finally.
Like 5 hikers have been killed by some bear, but they can't find the bear.
Is this Sam and his little crew doing that?
You wanted to go see a movie with me.
What happened with him and Jessica, though? Like, they went to prom together. I guess that doesn't mean that they were a thing. But Jessica, like, she wanted to go to prom with him, right?
The title, but it's a romantic comedy. I mean, it's supposed to be.
No.
See, that's the exact type of movie that Jessica likes, you know?
We should get a bunch of people to go. Do you guys want to go see?
Nah. He wanted it to be a date, but she's inviting the whole group.
Movie night with Bella.
Yeah, some jealousy there.
Nice punch, huh? You like that?
Oh, she brought Jacob along as well.
You know, are you even old enough to see this movie?
Yes, with him being younger.
Jessica bailed, and Angela got the stomach flu, so Eric's taking care of her.
So it's just those three. They both like have their hands open for her to grab. And she's noticed.
Okay, I think I'm gonna stop.
I didn't think this would be a love triangle. It was more of a love square if you involve Edward.
You should hold out for someone with a stronger stomach.
I feel bad. He probably has that flu that's going around.
Oh, bit of hand holding.
And you think I'm sort of beautiful?
Don't do this.
She likes him, but she doesn't want a relationship right now.
Because you're about to ruin everything. I need you.
She needs him as a friend more than a relationship at this point.
It's just because I don't want you to go anywhere.
Yeah, she's worried they get in a relationship, they break up, and he'll leave as well.
You know, I'm not like a car that you can fix up.
I don't think he's like trying to fix her though. You see like the influence of her relationship with Edward, how it's affecting how she views relationships, especially with Jacob.
I know what he did to you. I would never, ever do that.
I feel like Mike's gonna come in and cut the tension here, or if they're gonna kiss, he's gonna see that and it's gonna go bad.
I was feeling sick before the movie.
He's trying to play it up, be more manly.
Feeling sick? Maybe you need to go to the hospital. You want me to put you in the hospital?
Jake.
What's with this?
I feel like you have a fever. Are you okay?
Is it a full moon or something? Something's making him aggressive.
Dude is weird.
Yeah, maybe she's actually better off just going with Mike, not having to worry about any supernatural stuff. But who knows, maybe he's an elf or something.
Look, I don't have to go fishing today.
Yes, you do. Those bears won't get the drop on me, Bella. My kung fu is strong.
Is this guy part of the Wolves as well? Because he gave a look to Sam earlier. Oh, he's cut his hair and got a tattoo. I thought that was Sam there for a second. Has he joined their crew?
Hey!
He's looking even more shredded now.
Go away.
So what's happening with him? He's become more aggressive as he's grown old into his like werewolf phase.
Sam's trying to help me. Don't blame him. How about those filthy bloodsuckers you love?
Yeah, he knows they're vampires. So he said they were helping him. They're doing all of these adrenaline rush things. Is that something to help, you know, fill that void of trying to eat people? But there's these attacks, so are they the ones doing the attacks? I don't know.
I'm not good.
Yeah, it's just like exactly like with Edward. They're worried about putting her in danger.
This is over.
You can't break up with me.
But they were never technically in a relationship anyway.
I mean, you're my best friend.
Yeah, this is just gonna make her spiral even more, isn't it?
And don't come back, or you're gonna get hurt.
I mean, I feel like he could reveal that he's a werewolf to her, right? He already knows that she knows that vampires are a thing. It's not like it's gonna be that big a shock, I guess. Oh.
Laurent.
Okay.
I didn't expect to find you here.
I'm surprised he's a recurring character.
I'm surprised they left you behind. Aren't you sort of,
Part of the family.
pet of theirs?
A pet, okay.
Do the Cullens visit often?
Is he like teasing her for some reason? Why? He was kind of on good ground with the Cullens.
It came as a favor to Victoria.
Oh, okay. His eyes are red.
See if you were still under the protection of the Cullens. Victoria feels it's only fair to kill Edward's mate.
Okay. Victoria knows that she's not protected now, so she's in danger again.
If he left you here unprotected.
But Jacob could protect her as well now.
You are so mouth-watering.
Please don't.
Yeah, she just attracts all of these vampires because she's like the best tasting or something. It's a bit weird, but yeah. And do Laurent and Victoria have like mind powers as well? That's something to think about. Oh yeah, so it's Jacob. And technically he's breaking the pact because he's on werewolf land. Oh wow, yeah, they really are huge. And he's scared of them. The super speed is still, the effect of it is still a bit funny. This one, Jacob, then. The other big black one is that Sam, because he's like the leader.
Belle, what the hell were you doing out in the woods?
They're wolves. I mean, they're like huge wolves.
Are you sure about that, Bella?
Yeah, look how hesitant Harry is, because I'm pretty sure Harry is part of it, or Harry knows.
Would have told her I'm unprotected. Victoria.
But she's in danger now if they didn't manage to kill Laurent. It's not Victoria giving her nightmares, is it? That's not like her power. She can like give people nightmares, give people visions.
Back up. I'm coming up.
He's just gonna jump it. Oh no. I thought he was gonna have like some super jump or something, but still some great parkour.
I wish I could explain, but I literally can't.
Is there something like he physically can't say it? Or like, if he says it, there'll be obviously super huge consequences.
It's not something I can just run away from, Bella, but I would run away with you.
And there's something Edward wouldn't do, something Edward wouldn't give her.
Try to remember.
Try to remember what he said. She already has the textbooks and she's done some research into the vampires, so she might be able to piece it together.
Coyotes are supposedly descended from wolves.
She was seeing Charlie there as well, wasn't she? Yeah, look at them. They're trying to hold back their rage, trying to stop transforming. Jacob's got to wake up and protect her, right? Yeah. That's why they're always shirtless. It ruins their clothes when they do it as well. Breaking the fourth wall a bit there, hitting the camera.
Oh, hey. About Emily, Sam's fiance? Don't stare. It bugs Sam.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking, is there something with her? Was that Sam who did that to her or something?
It's to Jacob to find a way around Sam's gag order.
He didn't say anything to me.
That's a wolf thing. Alpha's orders get obeyed whether we want them to or not.
Whether we want them to or not. So it's like the vampires, they have to control their hunger. The werewolves, they have to control their rage.
A few lucky members of the tribe have the gene.
Okay, so it's only a few of the tribe.
It's not a lifestyle choice, Bella. I was born this way. I can't help it. You're such a hypocrite. What, I'm not the right kind of monster for you?
Yeah.
It's what you do.
They never hurt anyone.
The only thing we do kill. Vampires.
So all the people that have been found dead are vampires?
And his redheaded girlfriend is next.
Victoria.
I mean, that is good for her.
We don't know what she's after.
I do.
So there's much more vampires than I thought then. If there's been these sightings of killings from these big bears, they're all vampires?
You don't know how fast she is.
You know, your lack of confidence in us is a little insulting.
She hasn't seen like their full capabilities either.
Jacob's gone. He's hunting Victoria. And Charlie's hunting Jacob. And you're gone.
Yeah, Charlie's hunting Jacob now. She's unintentionally set Charlie onto him.
You got something, Harry?
Nope, nothing.
Yeah, Harry's part of the tribe. Oh, is that Victoria back there looking on? But he can't kill her now because he can't reveal himself. But he might not necessarily be a werewolf. It's only a trait that some of the tribe have. Oh. And she's going after Charlie as well. This one's Jacob as well, right? The brown hair. So it Sam's the black one, Jacob's the browny one, and the others are just kind of grey. Oh, did she actually get him? She probably shouldn't be out here in the woods. If they take out Victoria, then the killings will stop and there won't be any reason for the police to hunt them. One thing we haven't seen yet, actually, we haven't seen any vampires turn into bats. I was wondering if she was going to do that there. They're definitely like picking and choosing bits from vampire and werewolf lore, aren't they? But I guess you could explain that away as they're real creatures, but people have come up with their own mythology around it, and some of that is true and some of it isn't true.
You wanted me to be human. Watch me.
Is Victoria in the water? We've just seen her dive in. Yeah, I still wanted to know more about this world. Are there mermaids? Are there sirens? Are there dragons? Like, imagine a dragon showing up in the final movie or something. But it seems like most of the mystical things, they are humans disguised as something. Yeah, this is just Victoria, it's not a mermaid. She's gone to the one place where she's vulnerable to Victoria. Having her have the like super red hair is really cool actually, because you can like spot her in the distance stalking and things. It's quite like a good visual indicator, I guess. Okay, so Jacob actually saved her. I thought Victoria was gonna get hold of her there.
Send her home! I'm gonna go help out over at Harry's place!
Yeah, how's Harry doing?
Charlie and my dad are over at his place with his family.
Is he okay?
He's gone.
So they'll explain it away as a heart attack, but it was actually Victoria.
108 degrees over here.
Good.
Yeah, he's like the opposite. He's super warm and Edward's super cold.
You saw what happened to Emily. Sam got angry, lost it for a split second.
Yeah, so it was because of Sam, Emily got her scar.
What if I got mad at you?
You don't want to be treading on tiptoes every time you're around your partner as well.
That's Carlisle's car.
Carlisle's here?
Bella, it's a trick. Stop. You gotta come with me.
And she thinks he's holding her back.
I can't protect you here.
Okay, it's okay. You don't have to.
But if it's not them somehow.
You're about to cross a line.
And don't draw one.
That's a cool quote actually. You're about to cross the line, but don't draw one. And look, he's getting angry at her.
Would you like to explain to me how you're alive? I saw a vision of you. You jumped off a cliff.
Oh, she saw the vision.
I was cliff jumping. Recreationally. It was fun.
So it's just Alice here.
Did you tell him?
No.
Has she been getting the emails as well? It sounds like maybe not. Ah, so Edward's isolated himself.
Bella, werewolves are not good company to keep.
Speak for yourself.
He's crossing the line, okay, to protect her.
I didn't see you get pulled out of the water either. I can't see past you and your pack of mutts.
Okay, so there's something to do with the werewolves that stop her visions?
You're not going anywhere. You're gonna come back, right?
As soon as you put the dog out.
Yeah, she's so prejudiced against the werewolves. Hopefully later on they can get along. The werewolves and the Cullens.
Are the rest coming back?
Yeah, so they had a treaty before, but it was kind of on thin ice between them.
Well, if that's all, then you better go run back to Sam.
I've done it again. I keep breaking my promise.
He still needs to protect her from Victoria, though. Okay, so it's Edward. Is he in Rio? That was the Christ the Redeemer statue. Okay. He's gone all the way to Rio, get as far away as possible, I guess.
Always in the way.
Oh, he's getting angry.
He thinks you're dead. Rosalie told him why I came here. He wants to die too.
Yeah, if Bella's dead, what does he have to live for? He's going to go to the Volturi. I really like the idea of the Volturi, of course. A bit more world building. That's exactly what I wanted out of this. So, getting a finale in Italy.
Just stay here.
And Jacob can't come to Italy because it's very vampire heavy there, I guess. Would that be crossing the treaty? I don't know if the treaty is just between all vampires and all werewolves to get combined, or if it's just the Cullens and the Quillettes. I'm glad we're getting Edward back in the picture as well, because he hasn't actually been in this that much, has he? For this first 3 quarters. Yeah, look how sunny it is. He decides to go here, and he went to Rio, which is another famously sunny place.
I'm afraid your particular gifts are too valuable to destroy. We would be delighted to utilize your skill.
Using his powers, okay, so he can read minds, and he can also project into people's minds as well.
They refused him.
So?
He's gonna make a scene. Show himself to the humans.
Oh, make a scene so it forces them to kill him?
There's Volterra.
Volterra is the name of the town, and it's the Volturi that are this like secret society, this royalty of the vampire world.
St. Marco's Day Festival. They're commemorating the expulsion of vampires from the city.
So they all think vampires are gone, and he's going to reveal that they're actually been here all along.
You're the only one he can't see coming.
Yeah.
He'll rush into it.
But can Bella do something reckless to get his attention, or was that only because he was paying attention to her? Yeah, this is exactly what we saw at the start. And of course, the festival, it stops her from getting anywhere. Why did she just yell out to him? I don't know. And yeah, this little girl scene.
Open your eyes, look at me. I'm alive.
Just push him back in. He's probably too strong, isn't he? But that little girl saw, is there going to be consequence of that? Are they still going to try and kill him anyway? Because that little girl saw her?
All comes with us.
No, you can go to hell.
Oh, they might have a problem with Bella knowing because she's human. So this family, they said they were interested in Edward's gifts. Have they like collected the most powerful, the people who have the best gifts? I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to recruit Alice, considering she can see the future.
Is she human?
Yes.
There are some humans working with them as well.
She wants to be.
Oh yeah, like a familiar. She's trying to become a vampire.
Send you out to get one and you bring back 2.5.
They called her a half, maybe because they think that she has the potential to become one. Yeah, can the rest of them hold themselves back?
It makes me thirsty.
Yeah. I like this, showing he's quite charming, charismatic, but he's actually probably evil as well, right?
I would love to see if you are an exception to my gifts as well.
Or is he a soul reader too? Is that like the term for the people who can read minds? Does this mean the Volturi, they're gonna all have an interest in Bella for some reason because she's so mysterious to them? She can't be read.
Interesting.
He can't read her either? Is there some like canonical reason why she's like that though?
Let us see if she is immune to all our power.
Well, she's definitely not immune to some of the stuff, right?
Pain.
Oh, she can inflict different things onto people, so it can affect other vampires as well. It's good to know.
She confounds us all.
Is it just pain that Jane can do, or can she be like joy and make people laugh? Can she like fully control them?
She knows too much.
Oh, and they want to take her out. Try and kill her, but they could also convert her. Yeah, there's too many of them. I don't think Edward and Alice could hold them off. Oh, look at that. The crack in his skin. Is that because he went out into the light for a bit? His skin is weaker, or is that this guy's power? It could be the case that the kind of mythos of them turning into bats, that was somewhat one of theirs extra powers. You know, someone had that extra power. And then it got attributed to all of the vampires. Oh, don't ruin all of that great marble work.
Kill me! Kill me! Not him!
Yeah, she's just so fascinating for them.
If only it were your intention to give her immortality.
Yeah, exactly.
Bella will be one of us.
Yeah, they're forced into a situation where they have to turn her. Alice could be lying here, though. It's a powerful power, the visions of the future. She can just say, hey, I've seen this. Oh, but he can tell if she's lying or not.
Your gifts will make for an intriguing...
Yeah. Will she get an extra gift on top as well, though? So she'll have the gift of no one else being able to influence her, but will she have something else? Can she... It'd be cool if she could spread this kind of blocking that she does.
It's fishing, Heidi.
Yes, they do look rather juicy.
Save some for me.
Oh, yeah, because these people do actually eat the people, don't they? So they're fishing all of these people to go get eaten.
I needed you to have a chance at a normal, happy life.
But now he knows that she will become a vampire. But it still could change, though, because Alice's visions aren't set in stone.
Charlie's gone.
Hey.
Okay, so she's actually back home as well. Is this going to cause, if the Cullens return, or at least Edward returns, is that going to cause tension with the werewolves?
I'm really sorry, Dad.
Yeah, she starts treating Charlie better.
Do not ever do that to me again.
I am worried for him as well, like in a later movie, because his family member, he is in trouble.
He did say he couldn't take a step inside the door. He came in through the window.
Do vampires still have to abide by the whole you have to be invited into a house as well?
She won't need to change you. There are always ways to keep the Volturi in the dark.
Yeah, if they don't go back to Italy, it's not a problem. I think Bella actually wants to be changed as well.
I'll wait until after graduation to make
Okay, so they've decided to do it, but they haven't actually. Yeah.
I'm here to remind you about a key point in the treaty.
I haven't forgotten.
What key point?
Oh, there's something else.
Bites a human. The truce is over.
So if she goes through with it, the truce is gone. Jacob's gonna say he's gonna kill her if she turns. So is it setting up for the third film to be kind of a Jacob-Edward conflict? It's hard to know where the main conflict's coming from. Is it between the werewolves and the vampires, or is it the Volturi and the Cullens? Or it could be all three.
You don't speak for her.
You can't hurt each other without hurting me!
Yeah, that's a good point. Good way to get them to stop.
I have one condition. Marry me.
Marry. I thought he was maybe going to say, like, let me read your mind, try to open your mind up to him. So they're going to get married eventually. Okay, so that was Twilight New Moon. I enjoyed that much more than the first. It gave me a lot of things that I was hoping for in the world building. We learned about the Volturi, who are like this kind of royal group of ancient vampires that have been ruling over the vampires. So that's really cool to learn. They seem like they're going to be a bigger threat later on. Then we learned about the Quillette, the werewolf tribe. That was really cool as well. And I really liked right at the end that we didn't really get a fight between Edward and Jacob, but we got this little like conflict between them. That was really cool. There were a lot of cool things in here, and it feels like a more lived in world now. I think the scale of things were a bit bigger. You know, the first film was actually quite small scale, wasn't it? But things are kind of ramping up now, which is cool. I'm not really sure like what team I'm on. There's Team Edward, Team Jacob. I don't know really how I stand on that yet. Jacob seems quite nice. He seems to like they both care about Bella, but they care about her in different ways. It seems like Jacob is almost a bit better for her, but she obviously loves Edward a bit more. And it does feel like Jacob, he just has a bit more of a personality. Edward, he's really dark and brooding. It was like even that scene when Jacob and Edward, when they had that confrontation, he just seemed so just like moody and out of it. I don't know, maybe that's just because that's not appealing to me. I want someone energetic and fun to be around, I don't know. And it was funny with Mike as well, him trying to get in there as well, which I thought was weird considering he'd gone to prom with Jessica. I thought him and Jessica were like a thing now, and he seemed to be interested in her as well, because he was like surprised when he found out that she wanted to go to prom with him. So I don't know, did something happen between them? Did it just not work out? I kind of want to know a bit about that. I still wish I knew a bit more about her friend group, although we did get to explore it a little bit more here, but the main focus was on Mike, really, him trying to get with Bella. That obviously didn't work out. She was much more interested in Jacob, and it felt like they spent a lot of time at the start building up the mystery with Jacob, but I feel like most people could already get that, already piece that together. I feel like you probably could have condensed the start, or at least the reveal of him being the werewolf. That probably could have happened earlier, but I still did quite like the start, and I was surprised how little Edward was in it. You know, he showed up in the visions, but it meant Robert Pattinson, he didn't really have to do much, especially at the start. He wasn't like the main focus, but that is good because it gave us a lot of time to build up Jacob, and that means it's harder for the audience to choose between the two. I feel like most people might lean towards Edward a bit more just because he was like the first romantic interest, but I can kind of see like both sides. I can see why someone would prefer Jacob, I can see why someone would prefer Edward. It still feels like it kind of suffered from the same thing as the first one, where it kind of just jumps into the third act. It felt almost separate because we had spent all of this time learning about the werewolves, setting up Victoria, setting up this conflict, and then it just jumps to this stuff happening in Italy, which was cool as well, but it just feels like disconnected a bit. And like we never really found out what happened with Victoria. She's still out on the loose, she's still a loose cannon here, and then they just jump into the Italy stuff. It felt a bit like disconnected. So hopefully in the upcoming films they can tie those loose ends together and tie these plot points together. Now that Edward is back, the kind of the stuff happening in Forks and the stuff happening with the Cullens elsewhere is kind of all mixing together. The mixing pot is being stirred. But I did really like all the stuff in Italy, learning about the Vulturi. We have Arrow, who's like this leader, and he can read minds as well. They called them soul readers. So is there like certain classes of vampires that can do different things? They all have different abilities, right? And Bella is just really elusive for them. So obviously, and we see how interested Arrow is in her. So I feel like that's going to come back up again. And I'm wondering if there is actually something with her. Is there a reason that they can't read her mind? Is there a reason that her blood is so enticing for them? Is there something with her? Is there something that she doesn't know, that she is some other species, or she's related to something somehow? She has like some significance, or is she just born lucky? She's just a human that has these powers. And then it'll be interesting to know if she gets converted, what her bonus powers will be. Will it just be she can block out other people's powers? Can she do anything else? Can she spread her ability so then they can't read Edward's mind if there's a big fight or something? They can't affect him as much. That would be interesting. And we saw some other cool powers as well. We saw with Jane, she can like inflict pain on people just by looking at them and just by saying pain. And it'd be interesting to learn more about her with what she can do with that. You know, she says pain, but can she control people? Can she say go jump off a cliff and they'll do it? Is it a hey, feel joy and they'll feel Killjoy. You know, what is the extent of her powers? Does it just affect emotions? But it seems not, because she said pain. She's really interesting. That's a really cool power as well. Just learning about all of these powers is really cool. Then we saw Caius, who was played by Jamie Campbell Bower, who we've just seen in Stranger Things. That was really cool seeing him, and I'm wondering what his power is as well, because there seems to be these like three figures. There's Arrow, there was Caius, and there was another guy who seemed quite moody. So they seem to be like the three leaders. They're really high up. I'm imagining they have some like super strong powers to go along with it, because it seems like Arrow, I don't know if it's Arrow or Arrow, it's ARO. I don't know if he is more powerful of a mind reader than Edward, because he said he wanted to have a go. I don't know if that was because he's more powerful or he just wanted to experience Bella's ability for himself. So I did really enjoy learning about that, getting the world building that I wanted. So we saw at the end there, Edward like proposed to Bella, so I'm wondering if the next one will get a bit of a time skip to when that happens, and then she needs to be like changed as well. But of course that will lead to the breaking of this treaty. It feels like there's a bit of setup for a vampire werewolf conflict coming up if this treaty is broken because of Bella. So that could be where Eclipse goes. But I know, of course, there's Breaking Dawn and Breaking Dawn Part 2 after that as well. So there's still 3 more movies. So there's a lot of things to happen. Maybe we'll get a conflict with the werewolves and then a conflict with the Volturi. Something like that. It's a real interesting group having the Volturi in here, because it definitely feels like they're going to play a bigger role later on as well, right? Especially with their interest in Bella. Okay, so I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment. And if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date for all of future uploads. And check out the Patreon where you can get Twilight Eclipse right now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.